We're gonna still like we got to smell it. It's not fairly quick.
Although when you look at all
That's right.
It explodes.
It's less than a year. Honestly, probably less than 9 months. Our biggest thing was I would go. The guy that was there when I started it, and that communication wasn't overwhelming. I mean, he told me one time he came down, he said, "This is the paperwork I have. I've never done this. I'm learning with you." But when whatever happened, when you stepped in, it moved faster. And I don't think he wanted to help or anything. I think it was just lost his. But by the time that did that, we didn't know that.
My mom and dad were in their parents a lot of fireworks because they didn't get to do that there.
Yeah.
It's actually illegal there.
They turned it on
There's so much
probably
nature.
at 9 o'clock or so this morning.
And they can get wildflowers or easily.
He was out there. I know he was out there still.
We would buy a lot at $500.
The guy from the city, same company. Still out there working time.
Yeah, yes, people are gonna just do it, but they're like, it's actually, that you will get a felony. Yeah.
It's, yeah, there's a pause sometimes if you're turning. They'll learn, they'll get used to it.
They've got you pretty much.
You're gonna get a couple of that, northbound on Millwood. Three of them are gonna get that at times, northbound on Millwood, southbound on Millwood. Three of them.
And of course, council meetings are not early in the morning, so. He has a team that comes out and does their foundations.
We'll be at the short notice.
They told us, yeah. No extra tournament playing.
Less than an hour. Basically, there were four person just to do this, and that before I come back. And then we met with people that you have to meet with. I don't think you were there now. They had all these notes.
We'll see during the day when we get lower periods, circles to areas that aren't doing, but areas that want to do. It looks like today was tied. And it may be a double standard, maybe he wants to, you know, the trigger these things there. And
Since then.
it looks like the second thing for South.
Don't come in, you gotta text me. What he does, helps.
Yeah, they just turned it off this morning.
When I went through, they
Oh, it's OSA, yeah.
Yes, but I have to have a signature.
It's like
Swing by and sign this.
turned, they had to slow and then turn.
It was-
In front of the people coming right at him, it was like,
He's obviously like how these things
and
are.
they're
They almost did some training at school that was like
And I get up there and this guy, I wondered about that signature, because I was coming up through, but he was there stuff. And they kept him behind it, so I just give him
Are we on, girls? Thank you. I'd like to call to order the Glenpool City Council regular meeting. May we have a roll call for that meeting, please?
Counselor Fox.
Here.
Vice Mayor Lund.
Here.
Mayor Calvert.
Here.
Counselor Buchanan. Counselor Brooks.
And we have a quorum. We will now have the invocation by Brad Ross with One Church here in Glenpool. And if you will remain standing, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father God, we are so grateful to be here today. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity, Lord, to come together, Lord, and we thank you for your presence here tonight. Lord, we pray for peace upon our great community, Lord. We thank you for unity. And God, I thank you right now for every one of these council members, our mayor, and all of our city representatives that are here today. God, I pray your blessings on them, Lord. God, your word says that if we lack wisdom, we ask for it, you'll give it to us, Lord. So I thank you tonight, Lord, that you fill this place with your wisdom, your grace, so that we can serve you and the people of this community well. God, I thank you right now for your empowering of your Holy Spirit in this place, your strength, and your blessings. God, we are so thankful that we get to be a part of this great nation, and we are so thankful for you and what you're doing. We love you. In Jesus' name, we say amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will now have the presentation ceremony by Kevin McCullough, Accreditation Assessor, Oklahoma Association of Chiefs of Police. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We're good, thank you.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be able to be able to appear before you this evening. I don't want to miss anything, so I do have a speech written down. So here we go. Buckle up. So my name is Kevin McCullough. I serve as the program specialist for the Oklahoma Law Enforcement Accreditation Commission. I also serve as the chaplain for the executive board of the Oklahoma Association of Chiefs of Police. The Oklahoma Law Enforcement Accreditation Program provides law enforcement agencies with an avenue to demonstrate that they meet commonly accepted standards and best practices for efficient and effective police operations. Law enforcement executives who seek accreditation under our program have had their written policies, procedures, and operation evaluated to ensure they meet all statutory requirements and national best practices. The program is endorsed by CLEAT, the Council on Law Enforcement Education and Training, the Oklahoma Municipal Assurance Group, OMAG, the Oklahoma Municipal League, OML, and the City Management Association of Oklahoma, CMAO. I'm proud to be here this evening to recognize the City of Glenpool, Police Chief Jeremy Plain, Deputy Chief Matthew Graves, Lieutenant Robert Glasby, and the members of the Glenpool Police Department. Chief Plain elected to participate in the smaller agency accreditation program of 596 law enforcement agencies in the state of Oklahoma only 10 has achieved this accomplishment. And Glenpool Police Department will be receiving the status of smaller agency accreditation. So I just want that to sink in a little bit.
That's remarkable,
596 agencies.
remarkable.
And so we should be proud of our police department, and we should brag on them, but they are a member of an elite group. So it's because of the agency's dedication, commitment to professionalism, transparency, and accountability, I'm honored to present Chief Plain, Deputy Chief Graves, and Lieutenant Glasby with leadership awards, and the Glenpool Police Department with the award of accreditation. So if y'all come up here. I'm out. I'm sure I gave you the right one. Did I give you the right one?
Oh, my name's Jerry Plain, it's fine.
There we go.
Thank you.
We're gonna want pictures, guys.
Everywhere I go, somebody wants my picture, but it's all over the wall at the post office. I don't know why.
Yeah, let's pull council down real quick.
There we go. I love that. Okay, girl, can I?
Just stand up like that.
I just get out of the way.
John.
We're gonna put the mayor in the middle.
Yes, sir.
David, come on, this is your police department.
The police chief took care of that.
Perfect.
And it has us.
That is perfect. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1.
So much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I
Appreciate you doing this. It's real important. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Very important.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm teasing you. Very nice.
Yes, you did an amazing job getting things ready and moving that forward.
Quite an honor there. That's very exciting. Moving on with our agenda, we will now have, David, is there anything that you would like to add to your management report?
I just want to highlight a couple pieces and one additional. First, I want to introduce Quentin Fiery, is our new communications specialist here at the city. We reshuffled a couple of positions after the vacancy of our IT director, reworked some of those to get Leanne some help on all the communication pieces and all the new channels that we've had, and so we want to get that. Quentin has just started, so he's going to do a great job for us. He's already started pushing some things through, and some updates on different reporting pieces and how they look and formatting process. So,
Welcome.
yeah, and then just one of the pieces that was part of my annual goals and one of the things that we've been working towards internally, in-house supervisory training will be kicking off here July, August, September timeframes. We got some different classes that will be coming up. HR has been working hard to make sure those get up and running. So excited to get our supervisory training in-house kicked back off. And then if you haven't, outside obviously of the flooding, I just want to say thank you to all of our city departments and our partnerships with our area agencies that helped block off some areas. You saw that on the cover of our report. That's 141st and 75 and all that amount of rainwater down there in that low-lying area up onto, at one point we had about 8 inches or so of water up onto the frontage roads and ramps there. But I know they were out working. We had people everywhere blocking roads that day. So there was a lot of things going on. I just want to say thank you to all of our staff for all of that work and for the safety that we had as part of the process. They were able to do a good job. And then one final thing, just our city's Facebook continues to see some amazing growth. The main page for the city was over 4% growth this month, which is great. But it does pale in comparison to the police department and the work that the chief and his team are doing. They had a 224% increase in followers.
Maybe we ought to let them, maybe we better let them run our
Yeah,
face.
so, yeah, it's,
They're entertainment.
when Quentin came in, I said, you have a challenge before you now. So, we are excited to see that particular page as well, that all of our communication channels continue to grow as more and more people find out about them, and the way that we continue to push the transparency side of what we do in communication side. So with that, Mayor, is all I have. I'll answer any questions the council may have.
Did you want to reiterate the upcoming Red, White, and Boom?
It has been rescheduled to July 10th, so note that is a Friday, not a Saturday.
This
So
Friday.
it is this coming Friday night, but it was when we could best get all of the different groups we had to postpone back together to do that. And again, out at our new site at the Dawes property, with all the construction at the school, we were unable to do it on their site this year. So we moved out there. We'll see, I'm sure, some challenges as we work through that, especially on the transportation side. But our teams have done a good job of planning and preparing for that as best we can.
And the final time?
6 o'clock start, correct? Yes. 6
Thank you
o'clock.
for that. Thank you, David. Moving on,
Was that all you had?
Yes, I'll answer any questions the council may
are there any questions of David, councilors? Hearing none, I'll move on to the the mayor's report. I had the opportunity and the great honor of presiding over the mayors of the state of Oklahoma in Miami, Oklahoma. We had an outstanding week in Miami. They do not want you to call it Miami. It is Miami, Oklahoma. And we had great speakers. We had great input. Everyone had a wonderful time. And the last day was the roundtables. And I know that all the mayor's favorite part are the roundtables at the end of the week of the summer conference. So everyone really enjoyed it. Are there any council comments?
I would like to publicly thank the Tulsa County Commissioner and their staff for, they were actually out there replacing the wall, the cages for the retaining wall that was damaged last fall. But in the interim, they dug the suet out there along that creek at 123rd. They took out 4 dump truck loads of suet. So that should help our flooding issues if they should arise again. But I just want to thank them and their crew. The crew was wonderful. They were real, they took real good care of not tearing up the homeowner's yard. But I do appreciate the fact that they did all they did to help alleviate the flooding, because that creek there was out of the banks on both sides of the street. So
Thank you for that, Councilor Fox. I was not here that week that you had the flash flooding, but it looks like it was unbelievable from some of the pictures that were texted to me and some of the pictures you have here tonight. So I'm glad we're through it, and thank you for those comments, Tim. Moving on, we will now have we will go through our consent agenda. Is there any item in the consent agenda that needs to be removed for further discussion? Hearing none, do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and we have a second. Would you please call the roll?
Vice Mayor Lynch.
Yes.
Mayor Calvert.
Yes.
Councilor Fox.
Yes.
And it does pass. Moving on to our first agenda item, item 1, under scheduled business, discussion and possible action to approve, amend, or deny ordinance number 838. That is an ordinance that is adding Chapter 8, Motion Pictures and Television, woo-hoo, I'm excited, to Title 3, Business and License Regulations of the City Code of the City of Glenville, Oklahoma, to be codified as Sections 3-8-1 and 3-8-2, 3-8-3, 3-8-4, and 3-8-5, relating to the production of motion pictures and television pictures within the city limits, creating a permitting process, establishing a fine for violations, repealing did I miss something within, production of motion pictures and television pictures within the city limits, creating a permitting process, establishing a fine for violations, repealing conflicting ordinances containing a partial invalidity savings clause, and containing other provisions related thereto. Our very own Chad Coomer, Economic Development Manager, is going to speak to us on this.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. It was a mouthful, isn't it?
It was.
This item establishes the policies and permitting process required for Glenpool to become part of the Oklahoma Film Friendly Community. And this is a designation through the Oklahoma Film and Music Office that helps communities attract film, television, and commercial production while ensuring local oversight and protection of city resources. So just some key points with this ordinance. It establishes a film and television production permitting process. It protects public safety and city resources through coordinated review. It exempts low-impact activities and streamlines the review where it is appropriate. It requires productions to cover city-related costs. It supports economic development, tourism, and community visibility. And it positions us for the Oklahoma Film Friendly Community certification in future marketing efforts. So this is the first process, is to get the ordinance, the permit application, and then the resolution passed. And then we will complete, there's a survey that we complete, and then we submit sites, pictures of sites. And so I've had some preliminary conversations with sites, and good response from people that would like us to be a part of it. So
That is exciting.
And so the recommendation is staff recommend approval of the Film Friendly Community Ordinance along with the associated fee resolution to establish a formal framework for film and television production within the city of Glenville and to advance the city's economic development strategy.
Thank you for that. Councilors, are there questions of Chad?
Is this in preparation for the 130th anniversary of Glenpool for the documentary that's
Hopefully.
You know what? I can see we need a producer for
PBS
that.
might come out and shoot?
Yeah.
You know, I can see. I'll just tell you this little story if that's okay. I was in Claremore a couple of weeks ago, and I noticed I had a meeting over there. I noticed a little activity on the street. I'm like, what's going on over there? And they were filming a movie. So after my meeting, I sat down on the steps, and somebody comes out from behind me and says, would you mind moving? You're in the shot. And I was like, okay. And she said, well, what do you do? I said, I'm economic development for Glenpool. She said, oh, Glenpool, I know about Glenpool. Let me get you my card. So she was with the series, what's the one that's?
The Lowdown.
The Lowdown. So she wanted to give me her card, and she knew about Glenpool. So just my conversations with different communities, I think this is going to be a good thing for us.
I'm excited about it. But David can tell you, I think I've bugged him for about 3 years now. But I've noticed other cities that, have they're certified. Collinsville has their soundproof building. So I'm excited for us to get a soundproof building and for us to start making. How soon can we do that, David? Anyway, I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you. We're excited. Thank you for working so
Is there a
hard.
big concrete area down there? Plant?
Yeah, we're going to create one, yes. Put a roof on it, it'll be all right.
Thank you, Chad. I guess we need to have a motion. I will go ahead and make the motion to approve ordinance number 838 as stated in item 1. Do we have a second, please?
I'll second.
We have a motion and we have a second. Would you please call the roll?
Mayor Calvert,
Yes.
Counselor Fox,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lund.
Yes.
And it does pass. Moving on to item 2, discussion and possible action to approve, amend, or deny Resolution 202-6008, It is a resolution of the City of Glenpool, Oklahoma, establishing fees associated with the film and television production permits pursuant to Title III, Chapter 8 of the Glenpool City Code, and directing incorporation into the city's master fee schedule. Chad Coomer, Economic Development, will speak to this item also.
Okay, good evening again. This proposed fee resolution establishes the application and administrative fees associated with the film and television production ordinance and incorporates them into the city's master fee schedule. The recommendation is to approve the fee resolution 202-6008, the resolution of the City of Glenpool, Oklahoma, establishing fees associated with the film and television production permits pursuant to Title III, Chapter 8 of the Glenpool City Code, and directing incorporation into the city's master fee schedule. I skipped over this. I just want to kind of summarize this. This establishes fees to implement the film production ordinance, supports cost recovery for staff, city services, and production-related expenses, adds fees to the master schedule for flexibility, and then includes provisions for late applications and ensures protection of our city resources.
Good deal. Questions of Chad, counselors? Chad, has this been a real learning experience for you?
It has been.
I think so.
It's been a team effort for sure.
Thank you. If there are no further questions, item 2, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that. Would you please call the roll?
Vice Mayor Lund,
Yes.
Counselor Fox,
Yes.
Mayor Calvert.
Yes, and it does pass. Moving on to item 3, discussion and possible action to approve or amend or deny resolution number 202-6009, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Glenpool, Oklahoma, selecting a preferred intersection control alternative for the US 75 and State Highway 67, which is 151st Street interchange corridor, and providing for related matters. David Tillison, City Manager, will speak to this.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. As you will remember, we had District Engineer Trapper out to speak to this item. He and David discussed a number of different pieces and how those related to the traffic study at this site. And so looking at both roundabouts versus signalization across that corridor from Broadway to the Yukon with the entrance to Rolling Hills. And so as we went through that, what we took in, what we heard from you, had some separate conversations with Councilor Brooks about some of his concerns, especially since he lives in that neighborhood and is familiar with that site. And what we're recommending to you tonight is to make a recommendation to ODOT that we go with the concept as discussed, which is the roundabouts at both Yukon and Broadway, at the, what they call R-cuts, those right turns only at the ramps. And then it would also, yes, north and south ramps. And then it would also include those protected left turns underneath. There is no straight through traffic at the ramps, the north and south ramps. So that seems to be what we heard last week from everyone, and so that is where this is at tonight, is to make that recommendation and approve the resolution. I'll answer any questions that council may have.
I think they had found that the R-cuts was not going to work for some reason, correct?
No, the R-cut is actually the best piece that we have
Okay.
moving forward, is to keep that so that as you hit the ramp, you're making a right-hand turn
Okay,
coming out of the ramp. Yes,
Okay.
that's the
Any
R-cut.
questions of David, councilors? Hearing none, do we have a motion on item 3? I'll make the motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Mayor Calvert,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lund,
Yes.
Counselor Fox,
No.
Okay. It does not pass.
It does pass.
Oh, it still does pass. We'll need 2.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that. And it does pass. We're moving on to item number 4. Glenpool Chamber of Commerce's annual report will be presented by Jory Kelly, our Executive Director.
Partners. And that number got a little confusing because multiple businesses won different categories of awards. So I was like trying to count it up and I'm like, too many awards. a lot of winners. We had a lot of excitement, and even hearing from businesses again that they're excited to decorate a tree. Okay, in March of 2026, my second week on the job, we had the Grooving with Glenpool Chamber Annual Awards Banquet. And so this ended up being a great night. Our business of the year was Rose Rock Pharmacy. Our community partner of the year was the Muskogee Nation. And our volunteer of the year was Vicki Olson. Okay, so in May 2026, we launched Leadership Glenpool for 2026. And so the class members started with a retreat. They're going to go through 8 sessions of important leadership curriculum, learning about our community and our city, economic development, what it means to support and advocate for our businesses in the community. And then they're going to graduate at next banquet next February. So really excited for this class of Leadership Glenpool. And we have a great representation from leaders in the community. We have multiple of our banks represented, even one of our primary businesses represented as well. And so it's a great group of leaders. And yeah, that's a little bit about Leadership Glenpool. Okay, next we have Chamber and City BRNE Momentum. And so in March of 2026, the Chamber began serving on Chad's economic development team. And so since then, that has really been a great opportunity for me to learn the community, because when I thought of Glenpool before taking this role, I thought of very much the local businesses. I didn't realize we had primary businesses that have 750 important people employed in our community. And so it's been great to serve on that team with Chad, and specifically thinking more of that workforce lens and how we can strengthen partnerships in the community with Tulsa Tech, our public schools. So yeah, it's been great to serve on that. In April of 2026, I got to attend the State Chamber Day at the Capitol. So that was really my chance to meet our legislators that serve our area here. And so that was a great opportunity to connect with them and also other CEOs. And I would say the most important thing I learned from Chamber Day at the Capitol was just how significant the Olympics are going to be for even our community coming up in 2028. So they're predicting that anywhere from 6 hours from Oklahoma City hotel rooms, lodging is going to be completely booked. So I think there's some fun things moving forward that we can look forward to of how we can really activate our community during that pivotal time. And we're excited along Team OKC for that. I also attended the MACO conference, which you all might be familiar with previously, but that is Missouri, Arkansas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. So it's chamber professionals that work in each of those states. It's our big professional development. We come together, and this year we focused a lot on member retention, which I thought was really helpful. Okay, so May and June ribbon cuttings. I know you all know about these because many of you have been involved in attending these things, and it's really exciting. So we had, this is just an example picture of the Napa Auto Parts grand opening, and they did, I think it was close to $10,000 in sales. So they really, in Napa's corporate model, they really shined a light on our region, which was really exciting. We also had the Empire Fitness Phase 2 expansion. So the gym has over 500 members. They expanded, and they're already talking about what the third phase is going to look like. So really exciting. Down at Park 151st, that property, some great exciting things coming out. Okay. Chamber luncheon guest speaker highlights. In April, we had the Deputy Secretary of Commerce of the Muskogee Nation, Matt Hecox. In June, we had the Tulsa Oilers owner, Andy Skirto, which was really fun to listen to him and his perspective, because the Tulsa Oilers, they share branding similar to our chamber in our city. So interesting to hear the story about, the Oilers has been around for a while, but how they align that history with what they're doing as a team. It was interesting. Okay. Some business community highlights. As I said, June was a very busy month. We had the Hug and Haul grand opening and ribbon cutting celebration. And so that was really a culmination of a lot of the work that happened at the city level before I came on board. And then since I came on board, really just working with Cindy Hug, one of their owners, to get that event put together. And that was really exciting because their team is great and they employ over 85 people here in their Glenpool location. So really exciting. Then we had Wade's RV. The Newmar Diamond Select Award. This is the third year that they're receiving this distinction, and I think there's only it's like less than 10 service providers in the country that have received this award. So it was really exciting to go there and be with their staff as they celebrated. Specifically, this is honoring the service work, and as we know, a lot of times service people kind of are in the background, so it was exciting to see Wade highlight that team. Okay, then we also have the SPO Logistics Mary Kyle's 4 million mile career milestone, which is really exciting because Mary is a local Glenpool resident. She's been working, almost 40 years in her career to reach this milestone. She's the first woman in XPO's company history to receive this award, only the 8th driver. And the CEO and the executive team were just right down the street with us here in Glenpool. And so it was really exciting to see how much a company of that size does value their employees, and specifically, they even gave her sister an award as well. And so just really speaks to how well they know her as an employee and the mark that she's left on that company. Okay, upcoming chamber priorities. So right now we have 182 chamber members. We have over 115 vendor applications for Black Gold Days. The average luncheon attendance is 40 people, and then the average morning brew attendance is 15 people. Legacy. So this fall, the Chamber Board of Directors will be doing our strategic retreat, and that's where, if you all remember in my interview rounds, I presented a strategic plan. But as we know, I've kind of been in the job a little bit longer now, seeing more of those things that have a better idea of, oh yeah, I thought this idea would work, but I think I have a better way to do that. And the board has had more time to think in these 6 months of really what our future can look like. So excited for that in the fall. We have the 48th annual Black Gold Days, August 27th through the 30th. It is going back to September next year. The carnival, to get their equipment and stuff, we had to move it to August this year. What's nice about this year is we're not going to be competing with the opening weekend of Tulsa State Fair. So that will hopefully get us a little bit higher on attendance than even last year. We have our second annual Women's Leadership Brunch scheduled for October 29th. We are also discussing a fall fundraiser opportunity, and then we have the Black Gold Christmas Parade and Market in December, like we always do. Community engagement, we have the Glenpool Small Business Coalition. Our first meeting for that is going to be the last week of July. And so really what this is an opportunity. It's open to any local business in the community. You don't have to be a member of the chamber. It's just a roundtable for business owners to come together. We can talk about ways the chamber can support them. We can connect them with someone in the city, depending on the meeting. So it's really just that great opportunity to hear some of that feedback from our local business owners. So excited for that. We are part of the Red, White, and New partnership, and the chamber is going to be hosting an intern starting in August. So we have been matched with an intern.
We'll send a couple of our employees, and so Lindsay, who works in HR, and Riley, who works in our public works group, are both part of Leadership Global this year.
That's wonderful. And we thank you. Are there any questions, Counselor? Anyone have anything for Jory? Jory, it sounds like you're doing a fantastic job. We love the relationship, and thank you for bringing us all up today. I'm going to have to not only watch my calendar now, I'm going to have to watch yours. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to item 5, discussion and possible action to. Okay. Discussion and possible action. Are you on 6 already? Discussion and possible action to approve, amend, or deny the agreement between the Glenpool Chamber of Commerce, the Glenpool Industrial Authority, and the City of Glenpool for the fiscal year 26-27. Chad Coomer is going to speak to us on this item also.
This agreement with the Chamber and the City continues our partnership while placing a greater emphasis on economic development, business growth, and community promotion, all the things that Jory was talking about. So some of the key points with this new agreement for 26-27 maintains the Chamber funding at $50,000 annually, plus a $5,000 contribution for Black Gold Days, removes the Chamber's responsibility for City Hall front desk staffing and occupancy of the Conference Center for office space. Expands the Chamber focus on business retention, expansion, and implementation of the city's BRE efforts. Provides Chamber leadership for small business and entrepreneurial development initiatives. continues the marketing and promotion of Glenpool businesses through initiatives such as Buy Glenpool, supports community events, Black Gold Days enhancements, and efforts that strengthen the Glenpool's identity and quality of life, strengthens the coordination between the city and chamber to increase the conference center programming utilization. And I would just like to say, it has been wonderful collaborating with Joy. She's doing a fantastic job and just has so many great ideas and passion and excitement. So this relationship's a win.
Thank you for
Virginia
that.
Chamber City.
I can see that. Thank you.
So the recommendation is staff recommend approval of the agreement between the Glenpool Chamber of Commerce, the City of Glenpool, and the Glenpool Industrial Authority for 2026-2027.
Chad, I have a question on that. David, how will the front desk down there be covered since we're so used to having the chamber there? Will you have to, I bet David's gonna have to answer the phone.
Yes, it will be different. We are sad to see them go, but we're also excited for the potential as they continue to expand their capabilities here in the city, and for their long-range objectives to get accomplished as part of this process. So what we have, again, relocated one of our staff members, reworked that process. Our executive assistant that was set for the third floor is going away and will be transitioned into a first floor administrative assistant to handle a few of our duties that we have, purchase orders and some other things here from the third floor, but really to act more as a security point, an answering point, handling the main lines for the phones, all of the different things that are being handled in multiple places now will be consolidated there on the first floor.
Good deal. Good deal. Thank you for that. Any other questions, counselors? Hearing none, I will make the motion that we approve item 5 as listed here on the agenda. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Would you please call the roll?
Counselor Fox,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lund,
Yes.
Mayor Calvert,
Yes. And it does pass. Moving on to item 6, discussion and possible action to approve, amend, or deny the settlement agreement with Tyler Technologies. David's going to speak to us on that, but before he does, I would just like to say that I really appreciate David Tillison's experience and the way he has handled this. This has been a difficult situation with Tyler. I got a copy of a letter on it. I read through it thoroughly, and I could tell that there was misunderstanding that as to what we actually owed, what our invoice was. So he worked with them for a long time, since 2022. And Josh, I'd like to compliment you for your due diligence on this. I think you both have done a wonderful job to get us to this point, and I'll let David take over and explain now.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I would add that the Chief Plain, Deputy Chief Graves, and Sergeant, is that right, Sebastian Duque, played a major role in this within the police department, helping us understand what was going on. There's a number of modules. Whenever you purchase a software like this, and there are a lot of different moving parts within that. And so as part of that, what originally started as a process to have iPads within all of our vehicles ultimately failed. Tyler admitted that they were not able to provide that, to take care of that, and agreed to issue a credit to the city in the amount of $120,000. That was over a 5-year period, spread out over that 5-year period. Once the council approved that, we went through the process. We were excited to move forward in a new phase, to move from the iPads into mobile computers in the vehicles. That has been done. Our team is excited to have those and appreciative of that. But what occurred is, as Encode billed us, invoiced us annually for those different pieces, we could not tell in our review of those invoices where and how the credits had been applied. They just gave us a new amount, not an original amount with credit to show, then the adjusted amount. Everything had a new amount, and said, basically, trust us, it's been done. Obviously, we can't do that as a government. We have to follow certain sets of rules and regulations. That's part of our audit process. It's how Josh and his team are able to manage and keep a clean audit year after year with what we do. And so we have been in a dispute process with them since that time. We have worked through multiple people at Tyler. It has worked through a couple different people here internally with us as we worked to try to get this resolved. Tyler finally brought in their attorney and said, hey, this has got to get done. Their attorney sat down and did what their billing system could not, which is, a little shocking on my end. Not that the attorney could handle it, but it took the attorney to actually do the work of their invoicing and finance department. Once the attorney got that done, presented it to us, Josh reviewed it, Jeremy and his team reviewed it. We were able to verify that, yes, the credits have been applied. And as part of that, we also worked through the agreement that you're seeing here that accelerated those credits and applied them to past due amounts because we were now crossing fiscal years in the process. Unfortunately, there's still left about $14,000 from a prior year, and because of the way Oklahoma laws are written, it is difficult to pay prior year invoices in a new fiscal year. And so in conversations with their attorney and with our attorney, we came to a new settlement process to avoid any legal disputes, which is where we were headed, whether it's a friendly lawsuit or however that was structured, but we were headed towards that process under Oklahoma law. So to avoid that, the attorneys worked out this process. I'm appreciative of Eric and Jana and the work that they did to help us get there on this end as well. So what you see is a new settlement agreement that wipes away all of the credits and shows those as committed. It allows us to pay the total remaining due on this to get caught up all the way through the end of the June 30 fiscal year. So the 25-26 fiscal year brings us back to complete settlement on all of those. So total of about $85,000 roughly in past due and current fiscal year at that time. The current fiscal year was encumbered in full, so it's sitting and ready, waiting on this settlement piece to be able to go out, and then we would add then that $14,000 and change to that total, assuming this is passed and approved this evening to bring ourselves current with that. So trying to put it all together in synopsis there quickly, but so I may have missed a few things. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer those questions.
Thank you for that, David, and it sounds like it's big thanks to all of you because it looked like it was a tedious process, and I don't know why they wanted to involve myself or counselors. Of course, we did not respond, but I could tell from the get-go that there was a discrepancy on what we thought we owed. So good job, everyone. I appreciate it very much. Do we have, are there any questions of David, counselors? Hearing none, I would like to go ahead and approve that we go ahead and pay the settlement agreement with Tyler Technologies on item 6. Do we have a second, please?
I'll second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Counselor Fox,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lund,
Yes.
Mayor Calvert.
Yes, and it does pass. Moving on to item 7, discussion and possible action to approve, amend, or deny the fiscal year 26-27 lease agreement with the VFW Post 9126, granting the use of a designated space within the Bonnie Chapman Senior Center from July 1 of 2026 through June the 30th of 2027, under the terms and conditions that are outlined in the agreement as recommended by the staff. Leanne Reed will speak to this as our Chief Administrative Officer.
Mayor and Council, since 2022, the city has leased the back half of the Bonnie Chapman Senior Center for the VFW Post 9126. That's where they host all the meetings and programs and other activities. The proposed lease for the upcoming fiscal year is a little bit different. We added section 5. They have requested that they could rent to third parties for rental income so they can support their veterans programs and their nonprofit missions. We did review this with legal, and they have approved all of the safeguards for the city, clarifying that all the rental agreements are solely between the VFW and the renter, so it takes all of us out of the equation. We do recommend that we approve the lease agreement between the city of Glenpool and the VFW Post 9126 for the fiscal year 26-27.
Thank you for that, for Leanne. Counselors, questions of Leanne? I noted that this is new to us, and I noted in the agreement that you will control, the city will continue to control the maintenance, the updates, and those type things. That's wonderful. I'll go ahead and make the motion on item 7 that we go ahead and approve the lease agreement with the VFW Post 9126. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Would you please call the roll?
Mayor Calvert,
Yes.
Counselor Fox,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lunt.
Yes.
And it does pass, and we are adjourned at 6:49. We will go right on into our next meeting, which is the Glenpool Utility Service Authority meeting at 6:49. May we have a roll call for that meeting, please?
Trustee Fox,
Here.
Vice Chair Lund,
Here.
Chair Calvert,
Here.
Trustee Buchanan, Trustee Brooks.
And we do have a quorum. We've already heard the management report. Unless there's additional on this meeting, David needs to speak to.
Amen.
And trustee comments, do we have any? Do we have any public comments?
No, Chair.
Moving on, we will go to our consent agenda, which is only one item. It's the minutes. Does anyone need to pull the minutes out for further discussion? Hearing none, do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Do we have a second, please?
I'll second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Would you please call the roll?
Vice Chair Lund,
Yes.
Chair Calvert,
Yes.
Trustee Fox.
Yes.
And it does pass. We'll go right into our scheduled business, item 1 and 2. Item 1 is discussion and possible action to approve, amend, or deny pay application number 17 submitted by Crossland Heavy Contractors for the wastewater treatment plant improvements project. David A., Chief Operations Officer, typically would be the one to give that report, and he's not here. David Tolson will fill in his absence.
Thank you, Chair. Should have mentioned this earlier, but David is on a vacation, a well-earned vacation, and so I will be stepping in, and Okai will be stepping in on some items for him here this evening. The pay application number 17 is the amount of $2.4 million. This brings our total pay to date of just over $40 million. And so the other piece of note to this I want to make sure we are aware of is that our current ARPA balance is $360,409.71. And so this pay application will fulfill all of the ARPA dollars that we had through OWRP. So that is a good thing. We're reaching the end of their deadlines of payment, so we do that still with about 70 days roughly to go, if I remember correctly, in that process, or 65 days to go, something like that. So it's now we start this month. We'll pull the remainder 360, and then the remainder of this piece will be through the loan process itself. So a switch over time for us on that, but excited to get the ARPA dollars and spend. Staff recommends approval of pay application 17.
Are there any questions of David?
No.
Hearing none, I will make the motion to, there's not a, we don't have a, yeah, we do.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve pay application number 17. Do we have a second, please?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Trustee Fox,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lund,
Yes.
Chair Calvert.
Yes, and it does pass. Moving on to item 2, wastewater treatment plant, the monthly update by
Okay.
Okaya. Thank you.
Good evening, Chair and trustees. The item here is for the wastewater treatment facility project update. I'll give a really quick summary. For the project program management by S2 Engineering, the total cost to date is $753,955.81.
Okay, I think we had we attached the wrong file. We attached David's engineering report instead of that, instead of his actual wastewater plant. So I will make sure that gets back sent out to council after the meeting, but there's no agenda issues this evening because it's not an action item. So you go ahead and walk through that if you would, sir.
I think the invoices should be attached.
Yeah, we won't have any of the, I don't think we'll have any of his other stuff, will we?
Oh yeah, the
Okay.
invoices are attached.
Good.
So for professional engineering design by Golver, the total cost today is $3,427.17. For the construction contracts, the total cost to date to Crossland Heavy Contractors is $40,455,426.28. The pay application in this period, for this period, is $2,480,296.14. The balance to finish, including retainage, is $15,936,262.58. So as David explained, after pay application 17, the ARPA funds will be fully expended, and we will begin to draw out from the Clean Water Revolving Funds. The construction is scheduled to be completed by March 2027. Construction updates. Construction continues to progress well across the site, with work advancing in the electrical, mechanical, civil, and site development areas. During this reporting period, the crew made significant progress on electrical installations, including conduits, wiring, control panels at several key process facilities. Concrete and civil work also continued with sidewalks, site grading, and other improvements around the administration and treatment structures. Mechanical work focuses on process piping, heat tracing, equipment support, and building utilities, while the crew completed utility work, gas lining tests, and performed cleanup following recent rainfall. Overall, the project continues to move forward as scheduled, and multiple trades working concurrently throughout the facility. This report is for information purposes only.
Don't want to spoil on anything. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
I did have one question. I would like to, I know we've pretty much spent our ARPA dollars now. David, have you or anyone on staff been able to check and see if it's probably too soon yet, but I just want to remind David and staff to please check for any unused ARPA dollars at the end of the period.
We have our request in to OWRB, and we've had those conversations with them. Both Josh and I have had conversations. I think David has it as well. And so we are tag teaming this with them. They told us that until they see what monies are returning after the August deadlines, they won't know for certain if they have anything available to reissue to other cities.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Vice Chair, you had a question about the flooding and how it affected the site. There was water in some areas. We had obviously a lot of water on the site itself. We didn't see anything significant slowing us down or moving the project. We did have some water in some areas that had to get cleaned up, but nothing significant that caused any major problems. The lagoon held. We didn't have any toppage of the lagoon. They were able to get that lowered down. We can get things moving there.
Pump the water out.
Yeah, and so it was. It went about as well as it could at the lagoons at our site for that level of flash flooding. And things went well.
That's good to know, because that's amazing, really, with all the water
Yes.
that was here. So thank you. Good job again. Thank you. Okay, we are adjourned at 6:58, and we'll go right into our Glenpool Industrial Authority regular meeting. And if we may have a roll call for that meeting, please.
Trustee Fox.
Here.
Vice Chair Lund.
Here.
Chair Calvert.
Here.
Trustee Buchanan. Trustee Brooks.
And we do have a quorum. Are there any trustee comments at this time? Are there any public comments?
No, Chair.
We'll move right on into our agenda items 1 and 2. Is there any item that needs to be removed for further discussion? Hearing none, do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. We have a motion, we have a second. Would you call the roll?
Vice Chair Lund.
Yes.
Chair Calvert.
Yes.
Trustee Fox.
Yes.
And it does pass. There is no scheduled business, so we are adjourned at 6:59. We will open the Glenpool Area Emergency Medical Service District's regular meeting at 6:59, and if we may have a roll call for that meeting.
Trustee Fox.
Here.
Vice Chair Lund.
Here.
Chair Calvert.
I'm here. Thank you.
Trustee Buchanan. Trustee Brooks.
We do have a quorum. We will now have an EMS report from Brian Cook.
Leanne said we'd be out of here by 7, so.
Well, it's 7 now.
I'm running behind. It won't be long.
This report's May 27th through June 28th. We logged 146 calls for service. We maintained a 88% response time compliance. That was partially due, we had to vacate our facility for some time to spray, and so our crews we put in a hotel here in town. It was on this end of the district instead of being center located, so our response times kind of suffered, but we only missed it by like a minute, so it wasn't like anything that was terribly wrong. 88 patients transported, 32 refused, 14 canceled, 6 mutual aid received, 4 DOA, and 2 false calls.
Okay, any questions of Brian?
Are you ready for Blackwell? Dave?
Sure.
Right.
We have a great
For the heat
leader.
strokes of August?
We have a great leader. I'll follow her into battle.
Okay, good deal. Are there any trustee comments or any public comments? Hearing none, we're going to move right on into our 2 agenda items, 1 and 2. Is there any item that needs to be removed for further discussion? Hearing none, do we have a motion on the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
We have a motion, we have a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Vice Chair Lund.
Yes.
Chair Calvert.
Yes.
Trustee Fox.
Yes.
And it does pass. There is no scheduled business, and we are adjourned at 7:01, so you did not miss it by much. Have a great evening, everyone, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mayor Council.
See you, Vice Chair.
Long.